Okay, so it's another Farmerjohns tour guide video. This one's slightly different. I'll be talking you down the trails and walking down the trails, and Jess will be the one that does the demo run for us in a little bit. So this is the on-off bridge, also used to be known as Red Bridge Line. Obviously standard, look at the signs, the rules of John's always apply. So yeah, this used to be known as Red Bridge Line, but it's now kind of referred to as on-off line. This is where everyone kind of starts from, unless you're coming in from canyons and a top, but that'll be another video in future. So let's walk down on-off bridge, let's show you all the trails down here, and let's go for a ride. Jess just showing the little drop in here, so obviously people kind of sit and cruise around there, come in here, unless you're coming from canyon and the other bits, like I say, that'll be another video in the tour guide. Obviously, if you are joining here, same applies to most of John's. Make sure you're looking up the trail, make sure you're not dropping in and cutting anybody up. So over this nice little bit of dust, and then we come in to a nice long left berm with a little roller double in it. So it can obviously be rolled, but I have to say from experience, just a little lift on this is so much smoother, kind of clear over the chunked out part. And then we're coming round this left corner and we're coming to the on-off bridge, which is the namesake for this little line. So obviously there is a small jump on. It's not massive. It's, what's that, 2 foot, 2.5 foot, and maybe 8 inches up and on. And then when you get on, it just cruise across and jump straight off. So this is a feature that people do seem to have a bit of a thing in their head about because of the jumping on, but when you get on it, it does just flow straight across. Super easy, nice and wide, off the end. So there is a piece of wood. Now 99% of the time, if you've come across that and given a little bit of a lift, you don't even touch the wood, you're landing on the landing down here anyway. But the wood is there. I have seen somebody roll it. I don't recommend it. It kind of upsets the body a little bit. A little lift with the front wheel's always going to be better than rolling it. And then obviously down through here we've got a roller, and then we've got a choice of 2 hips that we're coming up to. So let's have a look at those. Okay, so these are the 2 takeoffs for the hip. Got the right hand side slightly smaller, and you've got the left hand side which is a little bit bigger. There is another step up here, that's Green Bridge Line that comes in along the side, so that will be another video on this playlist as well. But for now we're just looking at these 2 hips on the Red Bridge Line. So bigger side, smaller side. Nice hips to be fair. Good chance of some float, and then nice big long landing. And then this is the bit where it kind of splits. So we've got Old Quarry on the far right hand side. That's one of the downhill lines. Now that will be another video on this playlist. For now we'll carry on just down the normal trail. So we've got a split here. You've got the right line, which is a drop and a little double. Then you've got the left line, which is all just rollers. So I always say to people, first time, come over the rollers, just scout it out, feel how it's flowing, because this is completely rollable. This drop here, you see, is the other option. It's not bad. It's just a nice, again, little lift from the top, putting down onto there and sending to the double. Through these rollers though on this left hand side, down, I always recommend scrubbing a little bit of speed off here, having a little bit of braking, just so that when you come down here, you're able to make this left turn that joins you back onto the main track and not end up straight on down those bushes, which has happened a couple of times, but it's normally just because people come a bit too fast here and they can't quite make the left. So as long as you control the speed down those rollers, it's not an issue. You come round this left and you've got a nice rollable double and another nice rollable double, and then we're at our pull out point here. If we're just riding the on-off bridge, we pull out just here to the left hand side, which if you'll recognise from other videos that we've done here, this is the staging point to drop into Shack Wrap, which is another video on this playlist, and the step ups, which is another video on this playlist. So hopefully that kind of shows you down the on-off bridge. Now I have been walking on the track. I will clarify, it's very quiet, it's very early in the morning, and the only riders here we spoke to, and they knew I was doing a video, so I had a little bit of a free will to walk down the track on that bit. I don't obviously normally walk up and down tracks. So that was the on-off bridge. Let's strap this camera now onto Jess and get her to take you for a run so you can see it from a rider's perspective.
Okay, so I'm checking right before I drop in. Doing the on-off bridge line. So you go around the corner, the little roller double, you don't have to jump it. And a little pop onto the bridge. A little pop off. then I'm sticking to the right, doing the table. And then you stay to the left, and there's just some rollers. Takes you down. And then into 2 tables, which you can practice jumping. You can roll them, or you can actually jump them. And I stop here and go up for another lap. So I'm checking right before I drop in on the on-off bridge line. There's other trails join it. It starts with a little bit and then there's a little roller double. You don't have to jump it, then you hop on. Try not to squash pigeon, hop off. And I'm going for the big side hit. And I'm staying to the right, and I'm doing this drop. And there's a bit of a double. 2 table jumps, smaller. And then I come out here. If you wanted, you can just keep going straight. So over the middle there, or equally, if you want, rather than doing that last table, you move over to the right and you do that one, and you go over the triple, and you can do the jump line. So it's a really good line to get into other bits too. But I'm just stopping here.
Okay, so that's the on-off bridge tour guide video with Jess as the guest rider, since I'm incapable of riding at the moment. But just to clarify, the rules here, obviously sign in when you get here. You've got to have a full face on to ride on the trails. You can use a top lid if you're on the dirt jumps, but for the main John's trails, it's got to be a full face helmet that is like up to the right standards. From the 1st of June, knee pads will be a requirement here, so remember that as well. Knee pads will need to be worn. You can get both full face helmets and knee pads in the Dirt Factory bike shop that's on site here, so if you don't have it, it's not the end of the world. You can buy some gear and still have a ride. Now remember, don't push up the trails. There's no need to. Loads of easy push-up tracks. There's no need to push up trails endangering yourself and other riders. Don't put litter other than places in the bin. There's loads of bins around. There's no need for it. And like I said last time, just be a good human. If you're a good human and you have fun here riding your bike, it's a win. So come along to Farmerjohns.
Like and subscribe.